Hi there, this is Esther with Stampin Star Creations and the Christmas Stampathon 2023. This month's theme is to make your sentiment the star of the show. So I'm using Night Divine and Sparkling Snowflakes in my project today, and we are going to start with a blank sheet of paper. I had an idea in my head. I was like, I'm just going to use my blending brushes and whatever ink is left on here. It wasn't enough. So I was like, I'll just come in with stronger ink. I was like, whoa, okay, that's a bit too strong. I'm just going to go a bit more steadily with this, create some background pattern and shapes. And I was like, not entirely convinced this is laying down the colour. So let's try the swiping. Oh, went a bit wrong. Let's try the swiping technique. No, this isn't working. Let's turn it over and maybe try this side instead. So I'm trying to persevere and go, do you know what? I'm not going to waste this ink on the paper. I'm going to carry on. And then this side was like, whoa, the ink is laying down way too fast. New ink pad. Not sure if I like this side either. Maybe I should go back to my original side. So whatever happens, I persevere, add more colour using blues and then adding in this fresh freesia colour here just to get a bit of a pale purple going on. So I was like, do you know what, just trust the process. So I'm coming in with my embossing buddy just to clear down the wetness of the ink and inking up my group of snowflakes with the Versamark ink. So this is a nice sticky ink, and this prepares the page for now coming on with the embossing powder. So there's not a lot in my tub, but it's a bit like glitter where you're able to spread it and reuse it with my handy tray here. So I'm using white embossing powder for the more detailed snowflakes and coming in with my heat tool. This heats the powder and sets it and leaves it a lovely raised embossed look. So then coming in with the more solid shaped snowflakes, I'm fitting them in between where I had the patterned ones. So then I'm going to come away and peel off the patterned ones that I've just used, so I kind of know that these will fit around it. In my head it kind of made sense, but I don't think it really made much of a difference coming to actually stamp it. So again, coming in with that Versamark, but this time coming in with the clear embossing because I wanted this to be collagey and to have a different look and to do the emboss resist technique. So I'm just working on that background, making sure it'll work for me. And now look how lovely that snowflake appears on that top corner there. The rest of them don't show up as much because they don't have that bold background to go against. So I'm coming back in with my inks to try and highlight them with brushing over them with some more ink to make them show up. So this kind of works in places, but you know, the more detail I can add, the better at this stage. So I just keep going. Sometimes it's about not giving up and keep working on something to make it look even more collagey and even more presentable. So I'm just rubbing over with a soft cloth to highlight those areas that I've just embossed. Then I was like, oh, I could just do with some more scripty stamps. So I'm using Queen Bee, it doesn't matter what it says. I just thought, oh, it's scripty enough. And coming in with the Versamark. Now you can't actually see this on screen, but what Versamark tends to do is act as like a watermark. So it shows up, but it's not the most obvious thing. And I just felt like it needed something without overtaking. Then coming in with this splatter technique with my alcohol marker, the Stampin blends, and I think I chose quite a dark colour like Blueberry Bushel. And then I was like, yeah, it needs more splatters, more dottage, and I'm coming in with the white re-inker. So this is normally quite a sticky ink that you'll use for your refill, for your white ink pad. And I'm splatting this over with my aqua pen, giving lots of nice white splatters like snowflakes. And I was like, do you know what, let's just go for it. So using the water in the pen with the very watery white ink at the tip, I'm just doing some nice big blobs and just spreading the love of the water. Got myself a new embossing paste. It had different texture to the last one I had. This is much smoother, less grainy. Love this, just stroke it on, and you can use your palette knife just to stroke this on, and the nice slow-mo reveal. There we go, bam. We've got this lovely effect of snowflakes scattered across my sheet. So these masks are really good value for money. I can't remember how much they are, but you get like 7 masks in the pack, including the snowflakes, and you get some gorgeous sunflowers as well. So just covering the sheet with the paste, and then coming in my very rather grubby looking shimmer spray, which is the mixture of alcohol with any leftover Wink of Stella, and you might be able to catch a hint of this, and I'll show you again later. So coming in with the sentiments, I wanted to do something slightly different, and I'm coming in at like a diagonal angle and starting with a lighter colour and then dabbing across my ink pad with my, dabbing across the stamp with my ink pad rather. You can do this technique if you've got the Stampin' White markers, will do the same job, but I don't have all the colours in those. And so I gave it a huff, and then this just kind of like revives it a little bit, gives it a bit more moisture for stamping, and you get this lovely ombre effect. Then I thought, oh, but to make this pop a little bit more, if you put your Versamark ink on first, ink it up, and then put clear embossing on top, it looks as if you've got coloured embossing, so those words really pop up once it's been dried or heat embossed, and it just, yeah, it looks really profesh. So grabbing out the trimmer, and I'm just trimming off some edge. Look at that, isn't that pretty? So I turn it over so that you're not kind of going against all the lumps and bumps of the paste, and I'm chopping it down here to 9.5 centimetres, and just so that I've got enough room to be there, able to then mount it on some card later on. So this, look, can you see the shimmer on that? These are them all chopped down. So I managed to get 3 out of my A4 sheet, and we're going to have these as nice long cards. Mounting this onto some, I think it's Starry Sky card. I wanted this to kind of have a nicer background to it and stand out. So mount it on Starry Sky, and then just coming in with some thick basic white, cutting it, creasing it at 10.5 centimetres, and then cutting it at 10.5 once it's folded. So you've got a nice letter size card. And then just to add the little detail without distracting from the sentiment, I'm coming in with this silver metallic ribbon and just sticking it down with a glue dot, and then wrapping it round and sticking it down with some double-sided tape at the back so that it doesn't move off my card before I then mount it on the thick white card. Using my multi-liquid purpose glue, and then just having those nice double layers make it pop. Coming in super fast here in my dimensionals, making sure that it's got some good backing on the back, and then again, a nice way to help pop up that sentiment on the front of the card. Then I've chosen 2 sets of sequins. I've gone for these lovely pale blue iridescent ones. So it just gives that card extra little sparkle and shine, and then coming in with these sort of like a matte, well, frosted white ones. Just give a little hint of sparkle on the card. Can you see that? Very nice, very nice. And here they are, the finished cards from that lovely sheet of A4, which at the very beginning I just wondered where I was going to go. So just proof that sometimes you need to persevere with the project and it all comes together in the end. So thank you ever so much for watching. If you want to join in with the Christmas Stampathon 2023, please go check it out on our Facebook page, find the projects that the other admin have done, and also come and join us if you've got some Stampin' Up projects and you want to be ready for Christmas. Take care, God bless you, thank you so much for joining, and hopefully I will see you again on Stampin' Star Creations. Take care, bye.